Welcome to Eats, Beats, and Bar Seats, your ultimate nightlife navigator. Brought to you by drinkthedrink.com. Whether you're a weekend warrior, a city dweller, or a traveler looking for the perfect night out, we've got you covered. On this podcast, we dive deep into the best local spots for food, music, and unforgettable bar scenes.
Hi, I'm Peter DeMacos. I'm host of Eats, Beats, and Bar Seats. We are talking to Quentin, who's a chef at Enigma, is your restaurant in Yorkville. It's just off of Yorkville. Is it the street above? Where's the location?
It's 23 St. Thomas Street.
Okay. And how long have you been there, Quentin?
I've been here about 3 years, going on 4 if you include the build.
And tell us a little bit about what you created as an establishment. What was your thought process behind it? I noticed it's international cuisine. It looks refined, high dining. Talk to me about what you guys were thinking when you conceptually brought it together, and then your target audience.
Oh yeah, sure. So basically, what we did with Enigma. We like the location of it. It's like on the St. Thomas Street. It's very like classical buildings. You got Windsor Arms, so it reminded me a bit more of a European, London, New York, Paris kind of vibe is what we kind of got from it. So we fell in love with the venue first, the location. I wanted to create something that I had previously worked in my experience in the past, again like through Europe, and have that kind of European experience. More of a tasting menu format, upscale. We know we didn't want to just be entry level or middle. We wanted to just go straight to the top. If we're going to do something, we're just going to hit the bigger target audience at the top. So more luxury. And yeah, it's been pretty good. I mean, it was hard when we first did it. We opened it up in the pandemic, so it was a bit tough. We were building it during that time. But it's come on from strength to strength. And yeah, we've got some really good accolades underneath us now.
What's the look inside that would you say more just refined, more spacious? It's not like you're crowding tables together. It looks like there's a little bit of gap between the tables. Looks like more relaxed, refined, correct?
There is good spacing between the tables, but it's a very intimate dining space. I mean, it's only 34, 40 seater max. But you really feel like you're dining in our apartment. That's what it feels like. It's like you're coming to eat at our house, and open kitchen, open bar. You know, you can hear the action going on. The bar team, they make their drinks. They'll drop it off at the table. They'll discuss what they've done for you. Same as the wine. The sommelier team, the chefs cook the meal. Will cook their dishes, present the dishes. So, you know, we create a bond with the tables when they're here eating with us. So it's more of an experience, and at the end they get to know you.
So let's talk about the food. I'm coming there for the first time. I eat everything. I noticed some of the refined work that you do on some of the meat on the plates. Tell me, what am I having there as an appetizer? What am I having there as dinner? And what am I having as a dessert? Your go-to that you would come into the restaurant and go, you got to try this.
If you're coming for the first time, it won't be the same the second time.
Wow.
So having that constant evolution keeps us on our toes and keeps us creating and stops us from being stagnant and getting bored. But at the times when the menus, within whatever menu we're serving, there will always be one or two favorites that we obviously champion more than others, but there's no choice. You come, it's blind tasting, you don't know what you're getting. The whole concept, from the drinks to everything's, you get the food and you get the beverage pairing. It's all tailor-made. It's all done for you. We take out the guesswork. You don't have to come here and look at the menu and go, so I want that. I feel like chicken, pork, or fish tonight. You know, we've already decided for you. So that's the mystery. That's the enigma of the restaurant, right?
Brilliant. Finally, You know how many times I go to a restaurant, the first thing I ask the waiter, forget about what you like personally. Tell me what you think that is the best thing on the meal, that is a go-to in the restaurant. It doesn't matter if it's, I never like reading the menus because it really doesn't describe anything. So now you have your staff and they're talking about the finite portion of it, whether it be pork, whether it be whatever it be, French. It's whatever you feel. You might have a tinge of saying, I feel like Greek. You guys
exactly.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Yeah, so we can, and also within it being international cuisine, we don't put ourselves in a box. We're not like, oh, we only cook French food. It's like on the menu coming now, it's coming into winter, we're going to do a version of a curry, you know, like a tandoori curry. When it's cold and it's winter, what do you want to eat? You want to eat warming foods.
Yeah.
You know? So it's things like that. Or it's like in summer, if we have a take a play on like a banh mi, like something like a Vietnamese sandwich. You know, like that's what we want. We want something sweet, sour, acidic, you know, smoky, pork. And then we create a dish around that. So it can be from anything like super refined, like a classical French dish from Escoffier, one of the great chefs. Or it could be something like a re-envision of like a chicken shawarma that we like, you know?
Love it.
That's what it is. We cook food that we want to eat, like not to show off to other chefs or other people in the industry and like, oh, whoa, look how ponce we are, look at what we can do, look at our techniques. You know, it's like, it's food we want to eat, and that our customers, we know they want to eat it too. It's got to taste great, you know? So, and through that creation of the food, then we have the cocktail pairings, wine pairing, and the fermented and the non-fermented juice blends. And then we have signature cocktails that are created from Enigma, just because there's that constant evolution. So we can constantly be evolving in our bar at the same.
Yeah, that's interesting. You know what? I don't think I've ever heard of a restaurant like this. You may have heard it arbitrarily. You hear stuff, oh, you make things different every month or whatever. But I think what you're saying is we just move with the seasons, and as the flow requires it, and we may have 6 seasons instead of 4 seasons a year. Yeah. We may have 2, depending on what we feel.
Exactly.
If it's colder and it stays colder longer, you stay there colder or warmer menu.
100%.
Oh my God, that's brilliant.
Yeah, you've got it.
I guess let's go to desserts. Do you guys make it in-house? Everything's
in-house. Yeah, we have desserts. We have an extensive, the taste menu format, there's 3 dessert plates at the end. So we have like a segue from savory into savory into sweet, which is a cheese course at the moment. But it's a cheese mousse, 3 different cheeses, kind of set as a panna cotta cheese mousse. It's wrapped around a Gruyere cheese cone, and it's got like some sweet elements and pickled elements in there. And then it moves into like a fig dish that took us 2 years to get us off the ground. So fresh figs on the interior, like smashed down, done as a carpaccio, then bruleed. We do a fig leaf ice cream. So we take the leaves from the fig, blend them up, infuse into the anglaise, then churn. That becomes the ice cream. And we use all byproducts. So from that, we make a powder, a dust that goes into a choux bun space, little bun that like puffs up. That becomes a bread element or pastry sweet element that you can use to build a ice cream sandwich. Fig leaf oil. So we have that, and then after that you go to small little petit fours, like anything from 4 to 6 little desserts, like 1-biters. Yeah.
So does that change as well? So that's great. So everything's changing
all the time.
Listen, this is brilliant. I'm coming. I'm going to come.
You should. Yeah.
I am going to come for sure. Trust me. And like I said, I live in Toronto, so this podcast is meant for everybody to start finding out all the cute, great little places in the city that you don't get to uncover unless you do something like this. And that's the idea behind it. So let's talk about your wines and your selections. You say they evolve and they change. right?
Yeah.
They're constantly changing to match the food, which is the right way to be.
Yeah, I mean, our wine list, it's not massive. We keep it quite concise. But obviously, with the wine pairing on the menu, it's changing all the time.
Yeah.
We like to keep it more 30% like local, so
Yeah.
Ontario and wine, to about 40% New World, and then the rest Old World. We have a few big bottles, like from Burgundy and the ones for the serious wine drinkers.
Yeah.
But lots of different entry levels.
Yeah.
I mean, we're high end, so we have high end, but we don't have a massive cellar selection. That's not what I really want. I like something that's more controllable. I really enjoy having the Ontarian wine because there's some fantastic stuff here. And I think for a restaurant like us, a lot of international people are constantly coming to us. So we always have a responsibility and a duty to putting the best forward of what we have in our province. And people ask for it. So, you know, you can get a Bordeaux pretty much anywhere in the world, but can you get like an Ontarian Riesling somewhere else? You know what I mean? So we try really champion them as much as we can. And we do the Ontario Wine Fest. We did it this year, sorry. And we're going to go strength to strength. We're going to do it again next year. So it's partnering with wine farms, local wine farms. And it's just something I'm going to keep investing in every year and just grow it and grow it and grow it. Because we come across some fantastic products, and we form partnerships with these farms and the winemakers, which are incredible.
You know what? I want you to know, I keep learning as I speak to people. And you're about the 20th podcast I've done, and for the city of Toronto. And I'll tell you, there's 4 or 5 that I just couldn't even believe they existed in the city, and yours is one of them. Keep up the good work. Keep innovation. Keep being different. Keep pushing the levels up and sideways. And I love the idea. The concepts are perfect. I think it's wonderful to have that. I can't stand going to the same restaurant and having the same thing. And I want to hear the waiters that are international and barely can speak English, whether they're from Poland, Greece, Italy, South Africa, New Zealand, Thailand, it doesn't matter. They bring a different understanding of the world. Look, it's been an absolute pleasure, and
To you.
Yeah, and it really has. And I look forward to your success. And
Thank you.
We'll see you in person.
Look forward to it.
Thank you very much for your time.
All the best.
Yeah, you too. Bye-bye.